Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of Ask OmegaDef NES, in which I ask my underground reporter OmegaDef a question about the NES. Today I'm wondering, is the Rad Racer really rad, or is it all just an act?
Mason Kramer. Congratulations. That's a great question, Eric Bailey. I'm glad you asked. Hi, I'm 15-time world record holder and the guy who occupied Wall Street Kid with a butcher knife for Jodie Foster, OmegaDef. So, is Rad Racer really rad, or is it all an act? Some people will tell you this question can't be answered because rad is subjective and individual preferences and tastes will differ. But those people are lame and just grasping at straws, looking for reasons to validate the dysmorphia of their own self-image. You did the right thing by coming to me, Eric Bailey, because when it comes to rad, I'm the Kanicki of Kid Nickies, and I'm more than qualified to decisively decipher this inquiry, guy. So, let's examine the variables of Rad Racer. Ferraris are pretty rad, but we need to take into account whether or not they're stolen, who's driving them, what are they running from, and where is this Rad Racer going in such a hurry? Now, for the first time anywhere, I'm going to tell you, no matter where you look, you will not find this information on the internet. Let's keep it that way. In 1987, when I wasn't hustling chumps at Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, I had a job as a game counselor at the Nintendo Power Hotline. I found it sharpened my skills to be privy to the weaknesses of others. It sounds like a dream job, I know, but just like any other job, it became tedious and monotonous, and morale was at an all-time low. In an effort to raise the spirits of the employees, corporate decided to run an office competition. The counselor who helped the most callers that month would be immortalized as the driver in a brand new, completely original video game called Rad Racer. This came without a pay raise, but there was a lateral promotion, and so the proverbial race was on. At the time, I shared a cubicle with the new guy. He was a total square and didn't seem to have any sense of humor or sarcasm. I found his cheery disposition off-putting and insincere. All signs pointed to this being a very troubled individual, especially the creepy perennial red bow tie he refused to remove. The new guy was my #1 competition, and the man you all know better as Howard Phillips. We had two completely different styles of counseling. While he held your hand and took the time to walk you through it step by step with patience and compassion, I used tough love, and either told people to figure out how to kill the Grim Reaper themselves, or I'd just give them a code to the end of the game and hang up. I had a tremendous lead in the competition, on account of how super good I was at helping callers. I didn't doubt for 1 second that I was going to win in a landslide. At first. It seemed Howard Phillips possessed a unique quality I hadn't quite anticipated. The absolute, complete lack of any kind of social life whatsoever. I started noticing that he never left his post. Ever. I'm pretty sure he was sleeping there and manning the hotline all night long. You see, I find downtime is important. You should make the rounds and stay close to your co-conspirators. You never know when you'll need them. But he didn't seem to have any. He told me once he didn't believe in conspiracies. Imagine that. A grown man refusing to acknowledge that even one human being had ever conspired against anyone else in the history of planet Earth. Anyway, I came in one morning and he had permanently moved his race car bed into our cubicle. I even had to step over it just to get to my workstation. I realized at that point I was never going to win, for the frumpy and plotting turtle had beaten the cunning and dashing rabbit. By the end of the month, Howard had helped a staggering number of people, 10,023 to be exact, a world record that still stands to this day. Well, I can admit when I'm wrong about someone, and so I did. I invited him out for a drink to help him celebrate the victory in his upcoming Rad Race. When he pulled up in his new Ferrari, it made my heart smile. He seemed to have a little more confidence than normal, due to the Ferrari and the drinks I gave him. And for the first time in his entire life, he was talking to an actual girl. Howard asked me for pointers, and I told him he should probably just do whatever she wants. And then, like a good friend, I told her to take care of him and excuse myself. At that point, she leaned over and whispered in his ear, and told him that she found spontaneity hot. And if the two of them, on a whim, were to just drive to New York tonight, he would totally score with her. And so, the Rad Race was on. And at 255 miles per hour, the intoxicated man virgin and the woman who was way too hot for him rocketed across the nation, never once stopping for gas or a bathroom break. When they finally arrived at their destination, she told him he should get out of the car and pose for a picture. And then she promptly stole his Ferrari. You know, I feel bad that I don't remember that girl's name, but I feel good that I still have that car in my garage. It wasn't until after the game had been manufactured that they discovered I had sabotaged and broken the 3D mode as my treacherous calling card. So, is Rad Racer really rad? Not really. But I got it listed in the Auto Trader, so I'm trying to downplay that. Plus, you know, it's hot. And I already used it as collateral to produce my art film. I gotta pay the bills.